Life without children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and not give don't give a solitary shit. So and when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy?
Andrew Tate destroys these women who are degenerate. They don't even know what they're speaking about. Yes, it is good for women to have children. That is how God designed it. You should want children as a woman. You should want to reproduce, to have a husband, have lots of children, to grow old, to be a great grandmother. It's not about how many bags you can afford right now, these purses you can afford to run around with. He goes off on these women, telling them how it really is. Let's watch the entire clip right now.
A child for 9 months.
If you're not gonna, sorry, my headphones fell off. If you're not gonna have children, what are you gonna do with your lives?
If I'm not gonna have children, travel, just pursue anything that makes me happy. Try to make money. I love traveling, so I would probably just
drink cocktails on the beach. Okay, next.
About the same thing, like travel, focus on my career, things like that. Like my career will become my baby.
What about you?
I honestly just want to get right into my career.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
What do you want to do in life?
Right now, so I go to the University of Miami. I'm majoring in interactive media. What I want to do with that is build virtual reality simulators for the military. Then I'm also minoring in motion pictures. I'm interested in acting and shit like that. Yeah,
Miss Cuba, what about you?
Do whatever the fuck I want.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Well, I plan on becoming a doctor. So I'm just my career.
Your career.
I'm passionate about it, so
A life without children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and not give a solitary shit.
So
and when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy? I was at my grandmother's 93rd birthday. I looked there. My grandmother had 9 children. There was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah. I stood there and I looked at my 93-year-old grandmother, and there was a whole room full with maybe 70 people that came from that one woman. Isn't that remarkable? Yeah. That nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did.
This is facts. Nobody cares about the little things you do as a woman. They care about how many children can you produce. I'm all for women being proud of what they do, but how God designed you is to be the helpmate to the man, to help him push to reach all the goals that you want to achieve as a family. That is how it was designed. That is what God made you for. You weren't made to go try to be a doctor or an astronaut or whatever it is you're wanting to be. You were made to have children, to be motherly, to be a homemaker. That's your design. It is ingrained within you. And if you think that, you need to follow along this show. I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing, and I bring you this content every single day so you can see the real truth in the world. Let's just keep watching the rest of this clip.
Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No. You had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. And if you sit here and genuinely think that you're going to work your ass off through your fertile years, and by the age of 54, you're not going to be suicidal alone with a cat, then you're dumb. But the happiest women on earth have children and a man who's paying the bills and their mothers. The happiest people on earth. I guarantee it. Your mothers, ask your own mother, do you regret having me? She's going to say, of course not. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. So now you're going to sit here and you're going to end your own bloodline? All your ancestors were out there surrounded by saber-toothed fucking tigers trying to survive on the streets out there in caveman days just to get to the final end where we have all the medical care and you can live in a nice warm house for your fucking selfish ass to say, no, I don't want kids. I'm too busy in the fucking strip club or going to fucking Mallorca to have a pina colada on the beach. It's absolutely insulting to your entire bloodline. Everything everyone above you has ever done and struggled for. All the times your grandparents went to work when they didn't feel like it, just for you to exist, for your selfish ass to say, no, me and my passions and my dreams and my shit drawings and my Instagram page is worth more than ever having children. You're a selfish fuck. Fuck.
Andrew Tate destroys these women, but he does it with facts. Now, I'm not a big fan of the language he uses a lot of the times. He can be very vulgar, very harsh, but he speaks the truth to these women. Do you really think the happiest women on earth are the ones out working a career? How much brainwashing did it take for you to think that the happy women are not the ones at home with their kids, helping them grow up, but rather out in the workforce having a boss that they have to be told what to do, having to work all day, having to literally make things harder for themselves? You could be at home. You could be at home with your children, being happy, being a mother, being what you're designed to be. You really think the happiest women didn't get married, didn't have kids, didn't do anything up until they were, 35 years old? And then, maybe it's a struggle to have kids. Do you really think that's what they wanted to do? Do you think that's what your mother or your grandmother thought? No, they said, I want to have kids. And this is how it's been since forever. There's honor in that. Even biblical times, and you go back to the Old Testament, there's a reason that it was law that if a brother, like say the oldest brother, married a woman and he passed away before she had a kid, the next brother down would marry her and give her a kid that would technically be the older brother's to carry on his line, but to also give her a child, one, to take care of, and two, to take care of her when she's older because she's a widow. This is what the glory, there's glory within that. There's honor within that. God says that children are blessings. Being a mother and filling that role is a blessing for you. Step into that. Believe that. Know that. It is so good. It is a beautiful thing to be a mother. Mothers are wonderful. Wives are wonderful. My wife is wonderful because that is what they want to do. That's how they were designed to be. So you should do the same thing. Don't be running around chasing these Gucci bags, chasing men at the club, chasing a good time, chasing how drunk you can get. No, go be a good woman. Be in church. Be submissive to your husband and obedient to him. Do those things. Be ready to have kids. Be ready to be a mother. Learn how to cook, clean the house. Do the things that you were technically designed to do. And you'll be way happier. You'll be way more at peace with your life and with the outcomes, especially once you get older. These women here, they want to do nothing but party, to see how many men they can be with. That's not what this is about. That's not what you were designed to be. Please don't go into that. It's not good. If you think that women were meant to be in the home, were meant to be mothers and wives and homemakers, then you need to follow along on this channel because I post this content every single day. My name's Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. Hit the buttons down below. Like, follow, subscribe, all of them, so you can see this stuff every day when I post it. And until then, I hope you have a great day.